They said Gray paved the way, changed the rate, release the pain, least you sane, getting paid, trend setting, brighter days, doper rap, tight as sets, high and deadly, I'm a fighter jet, journey.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Rob K, MLW Confusion, Muffins Martinez, the guy who's been sponsoring damn near anyone with a tan, myself, the OG, Boricua Tantara. Gentlemen, I know how we're doing. We talked recently. We did our own little show of everything. I want to jump right into it because I'm a little excited for the idea, if it would happen, of getting Santana, formerly of Impact Wrestling, Mike Santana, right now on the Independents. I want to go first real quick. I know it's going to sound kind of like, what the hell? You're just jumping in doing everything.
You mean
formerly AEW? Yeah. But like, so you sit back and you go, all right, Court Bauer is the $20 million man right now, right? Like, that's official.
Correct.
No, yes.
Supposedly.
Cool.
Supposedly, yes.
Yes.
Just got silent real quick. So
I thought it was rhetorical.
My thing is, oh, yeah, no, I don't know. I just wanted someone to say something. You know, I don't want to just
supposedly
hear myself talk all day. But $20 million, big truck pulls up. Court Bauer is living nice right now, and you got to spend some of that money, like both of you just recently said, to bring more eyes into MLW. Now, Santana is someone I'm super high on. I'm super biased because he is a New York City product. He's an urban product. So everything I love about my former city is what Santana stands for. He's an absolute amazing wrestler. And I just wanted to say, like, Ayo Thun, if you actually hear this, MLW is the perfect home for you. We understand Impact Wrestling is where you really got your start. And I say this all the time, where myself was in the Impact Zone. We made our own little Puerto Rican section. We had the flag with us. We was there for every wrestling match he had in the Impact Zone. Muffins Martinez was at every single match in Canada and damn near whatever else hit that East Coast. We were banging out with LEX since the jump. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just what it is. I don't think he could find a better home that would understand how to utilize him better than MLW. And this is my message to Court. Court, this is the guy we need, meaning we as the fans. We have a homegrown talent like Alex Kane. You have a homegrown talent like N.W.A. So you have a lot of things in place to keep going with the roster, but you need to add something. This is the something that you need to add to put asses in seats. And right now with Ferocious Dorado and Azteca Lucha with Salina de la Renta, who has never been hotter than ever. Like in her previous run, we were all fans. We love what she did. She had that Midas touch. Everything she touched turned to gold. Right now, it's like she understood the game and got better when she came back. And El Jefe is El Jefe. He's the GOAT. We know him as El Jefe or Dario Cueto from Lucha Underground. You throw Santana in any of these positions, this shit is just going to take it to another level. Gentlemen, I wanted to go on here. My fault. I did my 5-minute talk. Please talk to me. Santana on the possibilities of Court Bauer saying, yo, come through. We need your expertise.
Like Camera said on Monday, MLW is missing that babyface aspect right now. No better than somebody hotter than a babyface than Santana right now. He could come in, you could put him right there with not with WTF, but with MLW side, put him in there with Alex Kane, and have him go there and start being the new face of MLW, babyface wise. And you bring that demographic that you're trying to hit now, which is the Latino base, especially now when you're trying to, use all this CMML guys coming over, especially for the May show coming up in May. I mean, what better way than start bringing in some high young guys? He's only 33 years old right now. The dude is in the best shape of his life. He's clean. From the interview, he said, no alcohol and stuff like that. So right now, His mind is on straight, and he's focused on one thing, and that is on himself. He's bet on himself, and what other way to bet on somebody like him than throwing some money, like you mentioned, get him a exclusive contract for a couple of years, throwing some money, let him work some other places like House of Glory and stuff like that. Keep him happy. And right now is the moment to get somebody like him into the fold of MLW right now. He's hot right now.
Well, if I can ask Muffins a quick question, because I wouldn't know. When LAX was killing it, didn't they do something in Mexico when they were the tag team champs of like GFW and Impact Wrestling, or not?
Never in Mexico, but they were always wrestling against the Lucha brothers.
All right, so that's what it was.
So and they started that whole thing when they were doing WrestleMania weekend, and not Austin Aries, but Mexico's worst export there, El Patron
Del Rio.
Got drunk out there that night and no show their show that they were supposed to do, and they had to go to Plan B, and that's when that whole thing kind of blew up with the lucha guys and stuff like that, LAX. So I mean, right now, like I said, man, somebody who's seeking redemption, this will be a redemption story for him. To go from what he was hot in Impact Wrestling to then going mild to cold, having his issues, his injuries, his demons, and now looking better than ever. Somebody needs to give him that chance, and right now, I mean, the MLW is the perfect place for him to get that chance, especially when you try to hit that demographic. And May 11th, if you're putting money into that big show in Chicago coming up, so.
Yeah, as I've said before 1,000 times, Court Bauer specializes in rehab projects, and Santana right now is a rehab project, at least for the casual fan. Like, yes, the people who've paid attention to Impact, House of Glory, and the other indies are familiar with his work and know what he can do. But in the eyes of the casual fan, he's kind of broken just because he's been stuck with the sinking ship that is Chris Jericho almost his entire AEW run, and then his injury, and then the dirt sheets coming out, talking about how he's been difficult dealing with Ortiz and whatnot. But this is a perfect opportunity for him to come in and rehab, and really he fits in almost anywhere within the MLW card, especially if they're pushing the Latino demographic. He can come in on his own and be the babyface, like Muffin said, which honestly, given the way he's talked in general about betting on himself, this might be the perfect spot for him to make or break. Or he wouldn't be out of place with either Promotion as Dorado or Azteca Lucha. He would fit in just personality-wise with either one of those two as a quasi-mouthpiece for him, or a handler, or however they want to take it. The question is, on that front, does he want to be shoehorned in with another stable where he's not going to necessarily, everything's not going to be on him, and he's been wanting to prove himself as the big singles guy. But again, this would be an exciting use of the $20 million, getting a decent sized free agent, a guy who's looking to push himself, a guy who's hungry. And even if worse comes to worse, if nothing is short, Matt Cardona would be at least benefit for him. So let's be realistic. I would try to lock him down for at least a year at the barest to minimums. Let him go work wherever else he wants, because you're only taping one day a month anyway. But yeah, just lock him down, get some more consistency to the product while giving the roster a much needed boost, some name value as well.
Yo, yes. Muffins, you see how we talk and it doesn't sound half as good as what this man said it, right? I'm listening to him, I'm like, yo, this shit makes better sense than what we said, even though it's kind of the same. It really is.
I mean, but he is the lawyer for Other Wrestling Network, so
that's true. That's true. So he better be speaking like that so people could understand more clear what the message. But
he's
bringing a different angle
himself. So,
but on some real shit, sitting back. Court's got to do something with this newfound money he has, right? It's either got to go back into it where we get our weekly programming, or you got to start adding some names and doing some real cool storylines to keep everybody invested. Because I
said do both, because,
because
the bi-weekly model is not really happening all that well.
No,
I mean, I don't know what the real
so
numbers are, but it's kind of
and there's so much wrestling. It's easy to say, well, you know what? I really don't want to care about this every 2-3 weeks. I'll just go mess with this weekly show. You know what I mean? Like, so it's real easy for people to say, I'll fall back off of this and watch something else.
Now,
So
what's the guy announcer for UFC that they were talking about with Marlo?
Mauro Ranallo.
Yeah,
there you go.
Just imagine if Friday, as soon as the open show, boom, he's there.
Oh, he would be insane. He would be insane for
Dude, I'll pop right there and there, bro. I'll be like, wow, they get on, and what a way to start that Friday, right up opening, sitting right there, either a 10-man booth or a 3-man booth. That'll be awesome, man. That'll be right there. You already put the money where it needs to go right there already. So
what Rob K just said is what I'd be so excited for. Him doing War Chamber will be nuts. Yeah. Like, I'll be super hyped up. I mean, there's a lot of obviously it's a rumor because something is going on, right? And you're like, okay, with War Chamber coming up, I just seen a video. We'll jump on that real quick and we'll go to another topic. But it's like, you guys know I like AJ Francis, right? Like, I really do. And the promo he just did that I seen today, I was like, yo, he killed it, right? But the thing is, now you got to back it up in the ring because you're talking that, you fought Mr. Thomas and it wasn't like anything special. But Alex Kane is a wrestler. And you're talking about you can out-wrestle him. I mean, out-talk Alex Kane. Right now, I might give it to him, even though I'm surprised Alex Kane is a great talker. But AJ Francis is murdering it. But, man, this is a big match for Alex Kane right now because he's kind of in that. He went from the hottest wrestler in MLW to kind of helping out. I forgot the new champion's name, and he's kind of taking a backseat to that story.
Yeah, he hasn't fully rebounded from the title loss to Kojima, despite teaming with Kojima and Okamura, Kozimax at the last event.
So we'll see.
You're just like whatever.
Well, we'll see what happens.
Oh, like that was my I was bolstering your thought, plugging in the names.
Oh, no,
that you,
I'm saying muffins.
got.
You made a good point, and he's kind of like, whatever.
No. We'll find out what happens Friday. I mean, if he wants to take that step towards back to try to regain the title, he needs to win this match. He cannot go there Friday and lose this match, and then. How are you going to try to push him now when he's getting stuck in the middle and then he'll lose to Francis? So he definitely needs to come out here and win this match and keep that momentum going. So.
What I think is a scary thing is because, and I'm not patting myself on the back for nothing. I did a short video thinking AJ Francis would join Bomaye Fight Club, right?
Ooh.
And then if you listen to what...
You called that like a year ago.
Listen to what AJ Francis... just said at the last promo, he said that they need a new king, right? And he also had said previous that a Bomaye Fight Club member is a turncoat. So I'm thinking the only one left is Mr. Thomas. So if anything, if he does take a loss, it might be because of outside interference or whatever, and AJ Francis kind of takes over for Bomaye Fight Club. But I think that'd be bad marketing because
what if is actually Alex Kane the one who is the guy who turns and now has AJ Francis being the leader?
Whoa.
Just saying.
That would be...
Thanks, I hate it.
He'll lose.
Don't put that bad juju out in the ether.
Yeah, he loses, and then he realizes that this is the guy here now to kind of push him to take that next step.
What, they annihilate Mr. Thomas?
Well, that he sees that Mr. Thomas is not the motivator that he actually needed. He needs somebody else to motivate him.
Damn.
I'm just saying.
Well, then Rob is like, no way.
Well, my follow-up to this then is where does this fall under the WTF spectrum? Because Francis is now a member of WTF, So if he's the one that's going to take Bomaye to the next level, does Bomaye get absorbed into WTF, or does Francis just kind of back away? Because we already know that Kane and Mr. Saint Laurent are not
bitter
friendly.
enemies. Yeah, but Francis, like he says, he does everything for the money. So maybe Dan King reached out to him as a swerve, give him that little extra money to kind of motivate Kane from being the second wheel, third wheel to the Japanese guys and get his mind back to where he needs to go. And it's all been a ruse for AJ Francis to get Kane back in that frame of mind. Like, you need to be vicious. When you were a champion, you were vicious. We need that viciousness back. We can't have this soft Kane.
AJ Francis from Bomaye, let's go.
Exactly. So,
like, that's not a bad explanation. Like, I'll be quasi on board on that. But like, that will just make me salty that this involved like a Vince Russo-esque turn. Just swerve for the sake of swerve, bro. Like, that's the part that's going to make me angry at this point.
We've seen worse things happen, man. Just
word up. So
just saying.
Listen, we talked a little bit of that. Gentlemen, we got one more left. If you could please do whatever we got to do so we get the next one in. Myself, Rob K, Muppet Martinez, Spotify, everything. Holla at us. It is what it is. Deuces.